guys, Chandler here with risemagic. Today we're going to learn the Anaconda dribble. That's right, the iconic S-shaped, massive 4-foot dribble you see a lot of cardists do nowadays. Now, it is important to note that this move was 100% created by Talley Ho. He came up with it a few years back and released the tutorial with the release of the first edition Vert's deck. Now the reason I have a clear conscience teaching this move on YouTube for free is that Talley Ho released it alongside with the Vert's deck. Now if you weren't into Cardistry 6 years ago and bought the deck, you could only get the tutorial with the deck, and the tutorial is now gone. You can no longer pay the original creator, and it's been like that for about 6 or 7 years. So the only person that is hurt by not teaching this move in full depth on YouTube for free is the newcomers, the people who hop into Cardistry, see an Anaconda, see how awesome it is, and say, I want to learn that. So if we truly want to grow as a community and bring in the newcomers, they need to have access to the right teaching materials. Now, if you want to see more about my opinions on this and why I'm teaching it, you can read my pinned comment or the description. But with all that being said, let's get into it right now. So for the beginning, we're going to go over the basic grip and how you let go of the cards and catch them, and then we'll get into how to make the Anaconda massive. So your starting grip is going to be this. Your pinky is going to be on the top right corner with your ring finger and middle finger alongside the top of the deck. Your pointer finger is not going to be curled underneath, it's going to be stretched out. And then your right thumb is going to be as sideways as possible on the back left edge of the deck. Your left hand will be catching the cards in a straddle type grip with your pinky catching them on the back end. Now the most important thing to making your Anaconda look good and for it to create that S shape that makes it get so big is that only one card is being released at a time. So once you have this grip mastered, what you need to practice is slowly letting one card off at a time. Once you get this steady, you can move faster. And then once you have one card falling off the time, they're gonna flow. The actual release is happening from your thumb. That way, when the cards fall one by one, the card is going to fall like this. It releases from your thumb, falls and goes straight, then hits the bottom and lands. It's this flow and connection that allows the big shape of an S to happen. So all you're gonna do is release one card at a time to start from this grip. And then once you have good motor control over that, you can advance to letting the cards fall with your hand in this upward position into the straddle grip. Alright, so now you've got the basic dribble down, we're going to make it as big as possible. A couple things you have to keep in mind. You want your S-shaped Anaconda to always be in contact from the top to the bottom, one cohesive connection. How you're going to do that is by starting the dribble at your base in your hand. Then as you get that base going, that's when you're going to whip it up high and bring it back down. So there's always a connection between the bottom and the top. That connection of the S shape will help everything land correctly and let you bring it higher and higher. Now, in terms of the actual height, there's some motions that you're gonna have to do with your hands to help that S shape be created. When I start my dribble, my right hand is almost tilted down. As I bring it up, it becomes almost level with the ground. And when it's at its height, as you've seen me do in a few pictures, and my hand is over my head, my hand is tilted like this. So as you get higher, that's the more you're gonna have to tilt your right hand up as you get higher. Now this is because when you release the card off your thumb, it's going to fall like this and land in that S shape. Now, the higher you get, the more opportunity it has to continue that rotation and fall upside down. So if you release the card at the top like this, you're giving it more space to do that rotation. And that will also lead to the connection of the S and the height. Now last but not least, you have the dribble staying connected the whole time. you have your hand motion down, you're gonna have to stay straight. No jokes. So where your bottom hand is, no matter how high your other hand goes, you want to remain directly over top so they all fall in a straight line. Pretty much like this. Okay, so troubleshooting. Your Anaconda isn't working the way you want it to. There's a few things to keep in mind that might be stopping your progress. One is the bow of the deck. Now, I like to do a lot of one-handed shuffles, and that gives the deck an upwards bow. Now, when the deck has an upwards bow, it's going to be easier to do the Anaconda this way, with the faces facing out, because of the shape of the cards are going to fall better. Now, if you're someone who does a lot of springs and really has an aggressive bow this way, you might want to do the Anaconda with the backs facing out, because once again, that bow will affect the way they fall. Now, another thing to keep in mind for troubleshooting is the condition of your cards. You're going to have to be relatively new. These Win Casino cards are 6 years old, they barely fan, they're really clumpy, and that means even if they'll have been Anacondaing for a long time, these are still going to be very difficult to do right because they have very little slickness left to them. So you want to keep in mind the bow direction of your cards and the condition of them. If you still have problems, drop a comment below and we'll try and figure it out together. Alright, so that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you still have any questions, you can drop them in the comments. And we do have this first edition Versa deck. If you want it, maybe we'll do a giveaway. Let us know if you want to give away in the comments. If you made it this far, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks guys, peace out. Alright, so now for the only thing people care about. That is how big your Anaconda is. I can't do that.